Hello friends, if you remember that in the previous videos, I have created a record trigger flow to send an email to a user whenever new lead record is created. Okay, so in that case, we had just passed the subject and body using the text template. I'm creating a new resource and just passing the values in this way. So in this video, I will show you how can this be achieved using email template, which is a much better practice because email template can be used for multiple flows. So it will also save time. Otherwise, if you have multiple flows, then you need to specify this body and subject every time because it may happen that same body and subject will be required for multiple flows, and also it helps in satisfying the client requirements. Suppose there might be a requirement that you need to use this letterhead, this is how the footer should look, and you need to write add an image. So this is the better way. So if you are using email template, then you need to just specify the email template id. There is no need to uh, get the values of this subject and body field here. Just pass the email template id. And if you are using an email template, then one other important thing is this related record id becomes mandatory. Why it becomes mandatory? Because here only you are passing the record global variable stores all the values. So here id, here you will pass the id of this lead record. And why are you passing this id? You are passing this id because the email template you are creating is using, in case it is not using the merge field, then I think it is not a requirement. But if you are using merge fields, for example, you are making email template dynamic by using some values from the record itself, like it is created by, and then you will use the created by and the name from the record itself, then this is called merge fields. I am showing you just now, just a couple of minutes. So in that case, related record id is required so that it is fetched properly. And I think, let me check it, that you can see it is required. So it will be definitely required if you're using email template, even if you are not using a merge field. Okay, so let's create our email template. Email templates are of two types. One is the lightning one and the classic one. If you write in the quick find box, you can be navigated to both of them. But to open the lightning one, okay, you can create a classic one from here. You can click on the new template. But if you want to create a lightning email template, which I would prefer, okay, to create a lightning email template, you can't create it from quick find. I mean, navigate to it using quick find. You need to go to the app launcher and you can simply write email templates. Okay, lightning email templates I would prefer you to use. So I already have an email template ready to be used in this scenario. Okay, so this is our email template, account email template, and we will call the id of this email template in our flow. Be precise here, we will specify the email template id as I have told you just few minutes back. Okay, and this is our related record id. As I have told you, this is required. This is not required in the flow. I mean, it is not made mandatory by the Salesforce, but it is required to set the values of these merge fields. Otherwise, how will you get the values of these merge fields if you don't specify the record ID? Okay, and this recipient ID will be mandatory. Whenever you are using an email template ID, then recipient ID is mandatory. Otherwise, use body and subject if you don't want to use recipient ID. Okay, so in the recipient ID, I have given the ID of my contact. I have created a contact with my name like this, and I have passed this ID, and it will send the email to the email corresponding to my contact. Okay, so let's see our template which I have created. You can create your own as well by clicking on new, but I will show you my own which I have already created. See, I had just named it. This is the most important thing, related entity type. You should make sure that related entity type is the same object name which you are using in your flow. So if you are creating record trigger flow on account, then related entity type should be account. And then similar to what we do in the flow, when we you like I have told you in the previous video, when we use subject and body directly here, then we can directly type or we can use text template for specifying these merge fields. But here we are doing it in the template, and then you are creating a subject and a body. But where it is coming? Am I typing it? No, I am not. There is a thing called merge field. Insert merge field. Clicking on here, you will see column for account, and you will see all the fields on the account, and you can select any field. So you can get the value of that field dynamically. Which value will you get? You will get the value of that field from the record which is just created, which is triggering the flow. Okay, so this is the case. Also, you can get some merge fields from the recipient and sender. Okay, if you want to print like hi and then the sender name, and or like created by, and then that the sender name and hi, and then you can write recipient's name. Okay, like recipient, you can write in the merge field name. So it will be like this. Currently I'm removing it. Okay, so this is our template. This template id I copied and I have used it here. I have just copy pasted it here. Okay, subject and body is no longer required, so I have skipped subject and body. This is our email template id. This is the recipient id, and this is a related record id. If I don't use related record id, I will be able to save the record. Let's see. uh, we are able to, but as you can write see in the I button as well, what it is written. It is written that related record id is the id of non-recipient record which is used to populate email template merge fields. So how will you populate the values of this email template merge fields if related record id is not specified? So here related record id is storing the id of the record, account record, which is just being created and which who is triggering this flow. Okay, so that's all. Let's save it. Let's activate it. Let's once debug it as well to see whether it's working. It is. It's showing completed. You can see related record ID. It is fetching the record ID. This is the record that is being created. This is the recipient. This is the email template, and everything is fine. So let's create a new account and see whether we are receiving the email. And in the email, we should get like this. New account is created. Then we should get the account name from the record itself, which we are creating, and also this account type from the record itself. Okay, so let's name our account name as, suppose if I give it like this, the type as this. So these values you will get dynamically in your email, and you will these values change as the user inputs. Based on the user input, let's see the email. Hey, here is the email. This is the value. This is the value which we are passing using merge fields. Simple, isn't it? Okay, so in the next video, we will learn about email alerts. What is the difference between email alerts and email actions, and when to use email alert, when to use email action. Okay, we have a thing called email alert as well. If you try to add element, if you write just email, you can see two options here. One is email alert, what it shows in the I, send an email using email alert, and what is the other, send an email where you specify the subject, body and recipients. So as you can see, the difference is in the send email action which we are using currently, we are specifying everything, subject, body, recipients, template id as well. But in the email alert, we will just pass the record id. Which id? We will pass this id to our email template, and then email template will take care, email alert will take care of everything. Email alert will call on email template, and everything related to merge field value will be sorted. So that's all from today's video. Thank you so much.